There's going to be a whole bunch of Ness going on in this doubles. And I'm sure you can explain why Ness is pretty good at doubles.
Yeah, well, for one, I feel like Ness is really good at being able to play either the front line or the back line. He can kind of do both. This is a character that, if he's on the front line, he just gets to throw out a bunch of hitboxes that are very difficult to challenge. And if you're not whiff punishing Ness, basically. And if he's on the back line, then he is really good at playing support for a character like Me Brawler, like we see here. Ike a little bit less so, he's more of a responder, but Me Brawler is such a frontliner, and Ness can really back up that character well when it just decides to go in hard.
But you know what, come on, I think we buried the lead there a little bit because the #1 seed of this doubles bracket is ATATA and Ravenking. Oh, but Ravenking flying off to the side off of that up B from Me Brawler. But what are these Nesses doing? Hello?
Hey, you know what? I think you take that trade every single day of the week because now you look at your Me Brawler 38% and everything else is even. I go for that kite block all the time because, like you said, these are also the #1 seeds in ATATA and Ravenking on the blue team. Meanwhile, on the other side, Clutcher and Jesus. just Jesus, nothing else. Just Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
You Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus over there. But Ravenking has been, okay, big dash attack from Ravenking is going to clean out both red team stock. Ravenking has been playing solo Joker in singles for about 2 years at this point. We haven't seen that Ike come out for a hot minute, but the ATATA Ravenking pair deciding that Ike is the better option against the Joker. And Joker's no slouch in doubles either.
I feel like, though, especially when you're talking about like having an S take the front line, I feel like Ike is a really good choice. And when you have a big sword, you get to control a lot of space. That's always helpful in doubles, especially when you're backing up a character like Ness who's a bit more stubby. But I mean, we'll see. Red team definitely has an opportunity to bring this one back into their own hands, 100% on each member of the blue team. And that up B, it is going to be enough. Ness not quite heavy to bear the blows.
I think Ravenking wanted to swat the Me Brawler out of the skies on the fade back from that up B with the dash attack, but instead he takes a punish from the Ness on the backside. But that PAFACLUTCH3R does die on that exchange, and that means there's stock share.
Ooh, nice recovery immediately back, though, by Jesus, who is now also opening up that Ness. And if they can take this stock from ATATA, this is suddenly looking very, very doable for the red team. I do feel like you need to focus down that Ike, and indeed you do. So one stock apiece for each of these players. Now the question is, will the Me Brawler stay alive? The answer to that is no, so it's up to Pafa to get the 1v2 finished up.
Yeah, in the mirror plus an Ike is always pretty tricky. I think that means, ATATA is going to take the front of this ledge trap situation. Ravenking is going to cover the rolls as strongly. Actually, he's positioning for the jump here on this platform instead, which also makes sense because you can just reset the situation.
Really nice recovery by Pafa. Not quite able to get anything done with it, though. Look out for those down tilts at the ledge. It takes the jump away, and the down smash is able to intercept as well. Disjoints against that Ness recovery works so well, and ATATA showing that off for game #1.
Yeah, look how hard Ness gimps himself.
It appears to be true. It appears to be true. He has a toolkit that works well against his own toolkit.
Leads to a volatile 1v1 matchup and a 1v2 matchup. It really, there was nothing much left for Pafa there.
I mean, we saw kind of the whole extent of it too, right? We saw the kite block, we saw the down smash at the ledge. I mean, really, we just saw a bunch of, hey, Ness up B's like not that great, huh?
Yep. And Ness can obliterate it. Ike can absolutely obliterate it with how strong that rack now is.
We kind of did see that a couple of times as well. Like you mentioned it, I think that Ravenking just got very aggressive against Pafa off stage a couple of times, and it worked out pretty well. Obviously, blue team taking that game 1, but game #2 going to Kalos Pokemon League. It is a cathedral.
The largest stage in the format, and maybe it'll take away a little bit of that like crazy scramble aggro that you would expect for the #1, and I think Ravenking is the #3 PR player on this most recent PR. Production can correct me on that. He's either 3 or 4.
I wouldn't be surprised. Ravenking has been good for like forever in this game, ever since it came out.
In the Chicago season, ATATA, though, he has had maybe one of the most like dominant #1 seasons of all time, where he had a 17 ignition win streak.
Goodness.
If I'm correct here? Yeah, 17 ignitions in a row.
So now you get to experience an unstoppable Ness win streak at the local. How does it feel? Pretty good, actually.
It's rough out here. Because if you're not losing to Ness, you're losing to Captain Falcon. And I don't know which one of those I would prefer.
I think I would prefer going to another region at that point, to be honest. But here we go.
Man, we can also offer you a Falco in these trying times.
No, thank you. I appreciate the offer. You're looking out for me. I get it. But, you know, I'll hold on to all my Robs and Steves, I guess.
And the Bayos that show up occasionally.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's North Carolina's problem now. It's we're not dealing with that no more.
We wash our hands of it. It's gone.
I don't have to SDI anymore. My stick can stay intact.
Oh,
we got to see if these
break
stocks.
the grab.
I was about to say, yeah, if these stocks can stay intact, there once again, ATATA knowing exactly how that nest recovery works and not letting Pafa live even for a second, and Pafa not able to get the recovery angle to the ledge. So red team already down to final of each of their stocks. Ravenking is going to be able to make that back.
Did you see ATATA very specifically go for that PK Thunder bounce back second PK Thunder angle with the back air? He had it timed up, I think, just specifically for if Pafa went for the correct angle, but not to be.
Who better to ruin a character than one who plays that character? I love it.
The parry down smash.
Anyways, ready for it all the way through, and now it's going to be down to Pafa in an insurmountable climb, frankly, to bring this one back. But, you know, ATATA and Ravenking's controllers could both fall out of their hands and into a bucket of lava at any moment.
That's true. I personally brought the bucket of lava to the venue, so we had that as an option.
Down smash. Oh, wow. Dude, Pafa getting off the ledge has actually been very impressive.
He dared the PK Fire to cancel out of the lag.
Do you remember when Shuton dared a Pikmin?
I wake up in the middle of the night every night thinking of Shuton daring a Pikmin. I'm glad someone brought it up.
Because who would remember otherwise? 2-0 lead for ATATA and Ravenking right now. Like you said, easily the #1 seed in this doubles bracket. I mean, it's hard enough when they're like the two most notable names in the doubles bracket, period, and then also relatively static as far as double teams go as well.
They are the unstoppable force and the immovable object on the same team. And you just have to deal with that fact here tonight, Frosty Faustings.
An object that defies physics, even.
True.
See if there are any changes coming in, but it seems like everybody's pretty committed to what they're going through. We did see quite a bit of struggle, meanwhile, from Wajesus on the Mii Brawler. Did lose quite a few early stocks.
He's just kind of stubby here. Like, Ness is a sword character. We all acknowledge that in 2024, right? Like, how are you going to win neutral versus Ness's disjointed PK sword thing? And then the way that Ravenking is timing all of his aerials, it's almost impossible to get in on it.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, especially, we were talking about this earlier, but I mean, whiff punishing Ness is just kind of a myth, right? That's not something that you're really going to do. And while that's the same for Mii Brawler, you're talking about Ness and Ike being able to outrange that character. And this is kind of a struggle for Mii Brawler in doubles, is that if your opponents outrange you, and most of them will, what this character does so well is movement and mix-ups in that vein, but you don't really get to do a whole lot of that in doubles.
And look at how they're controlling space. Even the quick draw into the jabs just to, like, afford some more edge pressure here. And the 2-for-1?
That was not even, like, the Mii Brawler didn't even need to be over there. Like,
they buffed that move, by the way. Remember, Aether got buffed.
That thing hits unreasonably hard. Oh, that's a dead Mii Brawler as well? No, that up be able to make it back. Really good discipline to hold on to the jump and able to take one stock, leaving the nest alive as well.
Oh, but then you get served right back into ATATA's clutches on the right side. And how low can Ravenking go? But PAFACLUTCH are actually turning it around with a forward air, like in the magnifying glass. But Aether says no more.
It has taken all three of the red team's stocks thus far. I would like to see if that can continue. I believe it is possible.
The way Ravenking's playing, yeah, he cannot miss with those Aethers.
He has been batting 1,000, as it were.
He wants to dash attack the snot out of Mii Brawler. You saw him like there was a nest behind him, and he's like, nah, I'm going to the right. We are pressing to the right. 2 sticks to the right.
Really nice corner game right here from the blue team. Both ATATA and Ravenking being very careful in the way that they apply themselves over there. And I love Ravenking doing that target switch. The moment he realized that that Mii Brawler overextended into the corner, he's like, all right, my sights are set on that. ATATA, you handle center stage. Oh, no!
Oh, great
Okay.
DI on the suicide attack, but, you know, Ravenking was at like 190. There was no chance he...
Yeah.
ATATA staying alive. He knows those nest recoveries pioneered some of those really low PK Thunders.
It's not done for red team, though. Heavily damaged, 118 and 153. I mean, random stray hits from ATATA, or your own teammate can do it. The Nest Snare took the stock, but not from the one that we expected. Papa, unfortunately, with the team kill there, and that will make red team's climb to getting this first game on the board a little bit harder.
Yeah, even the quick draw from just like a weird disadvantage stayed almost enough to kill Ness. Good DI to stay alive, but it's tricky.
I love what I saw with that up air from Ravenking too, knowing that that Mii Brawler was going to go for one of those juicy aerial combo starters. Said, no, I've got 2 up airs waiting for you right now, and we're going all the way to the top, but not if we have anything to say about it on the Mii Brawler's side. But once again, man, Ravenking so aggressive with those up airs, getting the 3-0 victory sealed out for the blue team.
Coming down from the PK Thunder is actually trickier than it looks, even when it's just the PK Thunder. And then there's an Ike up airing as well. Ravenking, he looks so happy that he's able to go back to his soul character.
What? I know it's Frosty Faustings, but we don't need to do the...
He's looking good with the goatee.
No, it does look good.
He can show off the goatee.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying we don't need to do a chew that, that's all.
And
just be careful
Ravenking,
with
I think, is just ecstatic to be playing his soul character again.
That's true.
A little bit. Like I said, he's been playing Joker in singles for about 2 years, maybe 2.5, pushing on. So, like, anytime he can bring the Ike back out and show off that it's still here, it's still Frosty,